Miami basketball is about 2 months away from being back. Oh, I am so excited. I am ready to see this team back on the court. If you're with me, if you're excited for the season, hit that thumbs up icon. Let's get 175 likes on today's show. I am Nic Rohloff. This is the Heat Report by Chat Sports. The news that we've been looking for, that we've been waiting for, that is just great, is the fact that we have seen a couple young guys on Miami's roster, as well as a couple veterans that have been added this offseason via trades and free agency. Well, they're playing for their respective international teams, and they are absolutely balling out. Could that signify that they may come into this Heat locker room and provide some dividends for the Heat in 2025? Well, the four players in question today are Pelle Larsson, Nikola Jovic. Those are your two young guys that have performed for their specific teams. But the two newcomers, Norman Powell, who has been playing for Jamaica, and then Simone Fontecchio, who's been playing for Italy. Larsson obviously is playing for Sweden. It's why he left Summer League early to go prep with his squad for EuroBasket. And then Nikola Jovic has played on Serbia's national team for a while. He's actually been playing alongside Nikola Jokic for Serbia. Saw him a little bit at the Olympics last year. We'll see him in a larger role for Team Serbia this year. But we're going to start with Norman Powell and what he did for his respective nation, that is Jamaica, because he was unbelievable in their qualifying game. Listen, they're trying to continue to win, continue to move through it, and ultimately be ready for FIBA basketball and the Olympics. And Powell against Costa Rica over the weekend went absolutely nuclear. 34 points, shot above 50% from the field, above 50% from three. Also went 11 of 16 at the free throws line. So not only did he get to any spot he wanted on the basketball court and cash it in, he was also able to draw contact and get to the charity stripe, which is something that I think is an underrated addition with Powell. He got to the line at a pretty solid rate for the Clippers last year. Him doing that for Miami would be huge with no Jimmy Butler for a full season, because he obviously did that a lot when he was wearing a Heat uniform. And Norman Powell did all of this, by the way, while playing with a virus. Talk about a hooper. I'm not going to compare it to an MJ flu game, but the guy is playing sick overseas and absolutely putting on a display for his country. And he actually was asked about playing sick with a virus, and I love this answer. He says, I had a mission, a goal in mind when I committed to this team to help them advance. I wasn't going to pass up the chance, didn't want to leave my teammates hanging. This guy is going to be absolutely awesome. He's a veteran. He's actually the oldest player on the Heat roster right now at 32 years old. He is an established veteran that has done a lot of great things for the Raptors, the Blazers, the Clippers in his career. I think he's going to do it for the Miami Heat. That type of mindset that I am not going to leave my teammates hanging is everything that the Miami Heat ask of their players, and he is going to be an excellent partner for Tyler Hero in this Heat backcourt. It's going to be a welcomed addition to have a guy that has so much spurt ability, is what we call it, from beyond the arc and just overall scoring the basketball. I mean, we've shown his numbers in the past, but him consistently shooting 40% or better from beyond the arc on at least 5 attempts is just so damn impressive. He's one of the best movement shooters in the NBA, best shooters as in general, and when he shoots consistently above 45% from the field as well, that is a welcome sight. This guy is awesome. He is going to be a massive addition for the Miami Heat. But the question is, does he start or not? And before I give you my answer, I'll ask you this. He started a lot last year for the Clippers, but he's come off the bench in his NBA career pretty much every year prior to last season. Will Norman Powell start for the Miami Heat? Type S for start, type B for bench, pin comment on today's show. He absolutely needs to start. There's no debating about it. When you look at this Heat lineup, sure, you could put Davion and Hero together for a little bit more of a defensive backcourt punch, but when you think of the other players in the Heat starting lineup, you're going to have Wiggins there, you're going to have Ware there, you're going to have Bam Adebayo there. Well, that is such a projection, at least, good defensive front court where you can stomach an average to below average backcourt defensively with Powell and Hero. We know Hero struggles defensively. Powell's, I would say, better than Hero, but I wouldn't say he's an average to above average defender. His play comes from the offensive end, but you can masquerade it. You need that scoring punch. You need that juice, and then you could have Davion Mitchell be the sixth man, come off the bench early, replace one of Hero or Powell, and then after about 6 minutes of them sitting on the bench, you have the other come in for each other, and then you have a good guard rotation flowing. Let's move over to another great performance over the weekend. In Simone Fontecchio, the other Heat addition this offseason in the Duncan Robinson sign-and trade from the Detroit Pistons, had an excellent game for Team Italy against Latvia. He had 21 points, and he knocked down 3 triples. This is exactly what Fontecchio will bring to the table for Miami. He is a movement three-point shooter. We've shown a lot of advanced numbers on Fontecchio over the past month and how I think he is an under-the-radar player on this Heat roster. And with Haywood Highsmith being out for the next 8 to 10 weeks, recovering from a knee surgery that he suffered this offseason, Fontecchio is probably going to be asked to do a lot more early on in the year while Highsmith is still rehabbing and getting back into the swing of things. So Simone, I know there was some buzz that he could potentially be a waive and stretch player, deadline August 29th, so Miami can get under the luxury tax. There's just no chance that happens. Because not only is he not going to get waived, in my opinion, I think he's going to get way more minutes than you think. Maybe it's because of the Highsmith injury, but he can defend. He is versatile defensively, guard through 2-4. He cuts and moves well off the ball. He can knock down threes at a pretty efficient rate. Just have a hard time forecasting the season ahead for Miami and not seeing Fontecchio part of the plans. If they end up waiving and stretching him at the end of the month, I'll be disappointed and I'll be shocked because I think Miami should absolutely keep him. And if they're that worried about getting underneath the luxury tax, well, find a way to make a trade at the deadline because you only got to lose and shed $1.5 million of salary from now until February. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel because when Heat news happens, we have you covered. Join it right now. Join the 24,000 strong. 26 subscribers away from 24,350. Let's get there on today's show. Join the family right now. Let's get over to Pelle Larsson because the summer of Larsson continues. I mean, this guy, the second-round pick from Arizona in 2024, just continues to show why myself and other Heat fans are excited about his development. He had 32 points in the team Sweden game against Poland. Listen, I'm not going to claim there's a ton of good Swedish basketball players. Lauri Markkanen's Finland, so never mind. Pelle Larsson might be the best Swedish basketball player currently. I have to be fact-checked on that. I actually don't know. I can't name another Swedish basketball player, if I'll be honest. So hit me up in the comments section if you can. But he balled out against Poland this weekend as they prime up for EuroBasket. But this just comes off the back of excellent performances for the Heat Summer League squad. In the actual Vegas Summer League, where he averaged 18 points a game and got to the free throw line at an extremely high rate, but also playing pretty well at the California Classic. And I think we would have had a way different conversation on Larsson's summer if he was able to find his three-point stroke. He struggled in those 5 games, but I'm not really sweating it. I think he's going to be a solid three-point shooter this year for Miami, at least 35%. Like, if he shoots 35% across these 5 games, we're talking about someone averaging 20 points a night and shooting about 45%. So, I'm not overreacting to the 3-ball. He was able to get to the free throw line 9 times a game in those 5 Summer League games. He's just another player that I expect to have a very large role for the Heat this season. When I look at the Heat roster, I project the starting lineup of Hero, Powell, Wiggins, Bam, Ware. With Davion Mitchell as your 6th man, Jovic as your 7th man, and then you start to have conversations about who that 8th man is. I'll be honest, I would rather have it be Pelle Larsson over Jaime Jaquez Jr. I would put Larsson as my 8th man, and then you could have conversations about Haywood when healthy at 9, 10 with Jaquez, and then Fontecchio as well as that 9 through 11 kind of spot on this roster. Point is, he's versatile. He's going to allow PT for the Heat this season. It is the offseason, but you can still grab a Heat hoodie on sale. $15 off right now when you go to chatsports.com/MIA hoodie sale. Don't know how much longer this sale will be happening. It just went on sale. I caught it. Wanted to make sure you guys saw it. Every size is in stock. Links in the description and comments of today's video. One more time, chatsports.com/MIA hoodie sale. We also have to talk about Nikola Jovic. And first of all, this guy is unbelievable. He was modeling the new Serbia unis ahead of EuroBasket. And look at the arms on this guy. Like, seriously, not to be that dude, but the transformation is absolutely wild. It's hard to fathom. Look at the difference. That first photo we showed, obviously, he was a little flexing, a little bit. Good angle. The lighting probably did him right, too. But on the left was his rookie year playing in Summer League. And on the right is where he is now entering year 4. You can say a lot of things about Nikola Jovic. One thing you cannot say is that he did not do everything in his power to change his body and make sure that he had enough play strength to work in the NBA. That is the one thing that I will give Jovic a lot of credit on. So I hope he's able to really play well this season. Well, he played a couple games this weekend for Team Serbia, one against Cyprus and one against Greece. He actually played Giannis Antetokounmpo's Greece team this weekend on Saturday, August 9th. And Jovic didn't have the craziest game, I'll be honest. He had an underwhelming game when you compare it to the other 3 players that we talked about. But he's a complementary piece on that Serbian squad. I mean, when you got Nikola Jovic, the best player in the world, you're going to play around him. So with Jamaica, with Italy, with Sweden, they're featuring Larsson, Fontecchio, and Norman Powell. With Serbia, they're not really featuring Nikola Jovic. He's just more of a complementary piece. But the question remains, can he finally put it together for Miami? Entering year 4, rookie season, didn't play. Year 2, played in 46 games and really didn't do much. Caught fire a little bit late in the year, but can't really say he was that good. And he was in the G League for most of the season. And then last season, expected to have a large role, maybe even potentially starting. And then, man, you would think that he was going off to play well, struggled, got hurt, missed half of the season again. So he's played 46 games in back-to-back years. He needs to stay healthy. I know it's been some freak injuries like a broken wrist and stuff like that. So it's not like continuously having or small tissue issues to like hamstrings or stuff like that. So that's a little bit optimistic. But I really hope he puts it together because you just simply don't find someone that's 6'10", 6'11", with the ball skills that he has, passing, shooting, IQ. So hopefully he puts it all together and plays really, really well. More to come here at the channel, so make sure you do subscribe for daily Heat content. I am Nic Rohloff. Appreciate everybody for watching today's show, and we'll be back again tomorrow with another video. Subscribe and be on the lookout.